o'clock, we'll call the September 5th, 2024 Personnel, Rochester School Board Personnel Committee to order at 6 o'clock. First order of business is please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And at this time, I'd also like to take a moment of silence for the school remembrance of the school shooting down in Georgia. We could just take a moment. Thank you. Thank you. Item C, approval of the minutes.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Bollier, seconded by Mrs. Harrington. Any corrections, additions, subtractions, deletions, questions about the minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor of accepting the minutes, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Item D, new hires. Resignations. We have Darcy McGlone, food service at William Allen. Andrea Healy, paraeducator, Rochester Middle School. Holly Clement, food service at William Allen. And Angela Saris, paraeducator, East Rochester School.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mrs. Harrington, seconded by Mr. Bollier. Any discussion? Questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Following nominations: Shannon Baxter, special education teacher, Rochester Middle School. Tara Kincaid, paraeducator, East Rochester. Jake Crosby, assistant boys soccer coach at the high school. Daniel Bastine, boys soccer assistant coach, Spalding High School. Dean Poland, soccer coach, high school. Sarah St. Peter, varsity assistant soccer coach, Spalding High School. I'm going to assume it's women's. Nelson Bellamy, French teacher, Rochester Middle School. Kenshin Manning, custodian, full-time second shift at the middle school. Trevor Patch, grounds, full-time first shift. David McLaughlin, English teacher, Spalding High School. Sheila Breton, second cook cashier, Rochester Middle School. Josephine Finichario, sorry about hacking that one up. Paraeducator, Rochester Middle School, building aide. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Moved by Mrs. Harrington,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Bollier. Any discussions, questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Next order of business is the repurpose for paraeducators to 3 administrative assistants. Backups in the packet. Annie, I'll turn it over to you to give us a...
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So we currently have 35 vacant paraeducator positions, 12 of which, if you remember, perhaps from last month, 12 positions that are not needed for us to be in compliance out of the 35. So what we do is we kind of put them in the pocket so that in case we need them for either another purpose or for that purpose when we have a new enrollment that has a student with an 101 paraeducator on their IP, and we pull that position out of the pocket and we utilize it. So we currently have, although we have 35 open vacancies, we're still trying to hire for the middle school and the high school. We have 12 that are not needed for this year. So my proposal is to repurpose 4 of those positions into 3 administrative assistants. The 3 administrative assistants, there is no administrative support in our REACH program. So many of our, as you know, all of our schools have administrative support for our principals, assistant principals, and Stacy, as we know, the coordinator, has had to do all of the clerical work on her own. And so we want to make sure we don't miss deadlines. We have great customer service with our kids, that we're in compliance, and when they reach 3.5, they have to be assessed. And so we're proposing an administrative assistant for the REACH program. And also, now with our new infrastructure in the district office, we have 3 cabinet members that have no clerical help. So they are then tasked to do all of their scheduling and their correspondence, and for example, I'll give you an example for the Director of Operations. We have our food services, and if there are any families, for example, with any unpaid meals, he would have to create those letters and send them out. There is no clerical help in that division. Even making sure that parents are filling out the free and reduced applications, right? That would be that person that would help to do that for us to receive those reimbursements from the state. There's a slew of other duties that the administrative assistants would do. Apart from that, we have a new director of finance who also doesn't have any administrative support. And then we have our HR director. And now what we're thinking is that with the new school coming in on July 1st, there is going to be a big load of work with the, many people will be applying for those positions, right? So that's going to increase the workload in the human resources department. Because we're not going to, for example, transfer students, actually staff, over to the Salmon Falls. People would potentially have to apply, and that's also another workload for the human resources. So we're proposing to, because we don't need them, to be in compliance in special education, to take 4 paraeducator positions and then turn them into 3 administrative assistants. It's a cost-neutral solution.
Any questions? Mr. Bellows?
I believe that I understand what you're saying, but again, just for people that are listening. So we're going to post these positions as administrative assistants. So it's not so much that we're still going to have plenty of open para positions. It's not going to be taking current para educators out of our para pool and repurposing them. If we have people apply for paras, we have jobs for them. But we will be trying to attract people to these administrative assistant positions that we need, and we can move the funds from the para pool to here because we don't need the para positions to be compliant.
Exactly. We currently have 35 unfilled. We are going to continue to fill, right? We have 31 then, we would take 31. We would not continue to fill the 31 because we would have 8 that we don't need to be in compliance, so we'd keep those in the pocket in case we need them. So we're going to repurpose 4 out of the 35.
Thank you.
Any other questions or discussions? Mr. Cusmano?
I would ask the REACH program to be priority 1, and then after that, divvy up how you see fit.
I would agree with that.
Mrs. Keynes?
Thank you. I thought the finance director had 2 or 3 people in that office. Are they no longer there?
That's a good question. So we have an accountant, we have an accounts receivable and payable, and then we have a purchasing coordinator. We also have 2, well, not under her division, but they kind of share them with human resources. We have our payroll supervisor and benefits coordinator, but we don't have an administrative assistant.
Okay. Okay. Will one of those people be changing, or?
No, they'll
It's
continue with
gonna
their
be-
positions, yeah.
Okay.
So are these 35-hour-a-week jobs, or are they 40-hour-a-week jobs? Are they seasonal, are school year, or are they full year?
Great question. I believe the one for the REACH program would be just during the school year, and then the others would be full year.
So there is a little bit of cost shifting that has to occur as far as the para positions to reclassify those, because if we keep them at 35 hours, we're doing pay and benefits, correct?
Right, and so we're thinking
Retirement
of,
system?
35 if we go, 35 you are eligible for the retirement system.
Okay, and then 2 of those positions would be new full year expenditures.
right, and the reason why we chose 4 paraeducators, because I'm accounting for their benefits as well,
Okay,
and then we'd be accounting for only 3 benefits with the 3.
okay, I just, for clarification. Mr. Guzman?
Well, that in the REACH program is open more than just the normal school year due to evaluations prior to entering the school year, so it'd actually be a little bit extended. So you might want to take that into account. It'll be a little bit longer than just our school year.
Good point.
All right, so,
I make a motion to accept the proposal as planned by the superintendent.
Second.
motion made by Mr. Bollier to accept the proposal as presented by the superintendent, seconded by Mr. Cusimano. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify with aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Moving on, item E, other. Do we have any other to be brought for personnel, Mr. Kusumano?
The last, I might have missed it, but the last time we voted, I would assume that it was, not assume, I remember it being Kevin Hebert as the head football coach. As his resignation, we have not seen a new head football coach on the list. Or did I miss that?
Last, I
Who's
think
last
that-
night? It was last
The
night.
end.
Hodgson?
Okay, I just,
Yeah. Yeah.
I must have missed it, the one back before.
Yes.
Any other? Anyone?
You want to mention what you do?
I can share, I did follow up on Nick's question with Ryan about the responsibilities of the team leaders. I know, Shawnee, you also had shared. Essentially, the team leader positions are only paid $27 per meeting, and they only meet once per month for a total of approximately $270 per year. At those meetings, they bring up important topics from their teams so that the administrators have an opportunity to be proactive and address them. They facilitate and coordinate team gatherings. They talk about certain topics that the administrators want them to talk about with their team, so it serves as a way to disseminate information. And they are the main liaison between the team, the admin, and guidance to basically guide situations. Teachers can reach out to any staff member if needed, but they can also go to their team leader, who then has a direct pipeline to the administrators. And they're really the liaison between the office and the administration as far as, again, that communication piece. So it's basically a way for them to continue to get their information out to the whole school, but also make sure that they're staying in touch with what's going on within the school. Oh, also, you guys wanted an update on the McClellan music position. We are thrilled to say that we worked with Mr. Goodwin at the high school. We were able to find a Spalding grad who was heavily involved in our music program, who is currently attending a university program. They've done some subbing, some long-term subbing in other districts in this area. McClellan runs music 4 days a week right now, so we don't run into the credentialing issue as they are subbing, but they are well-versed in our music program. They are thrilled and excited to begin working at McClellan to fill this gap. We also did have a new applicant for the music department today that Meg is reaching out to schedule an interview, so it's not the ideal solution, but we do have a temporary solution to make sure that those students will have music. In addition to that, we obviously have the integrated arts position at Maple Street already in place that can help support their music program.
Anyone else, any others? All right. Seeing none, move on. Public comment. Anyone from the public? All right. Do we have any non-publics? Nothing in non-public? I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. DeBolia, seconded by Mrs. Harrington. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.